Alright, so next part of our segment playthrough thing, we're gonna go home. And we're gonna go back to our old reliable friend Trade and load up slot 2. Last time out we didn't win a prize car I wanted to use, so you know, we're just gonna buy, if I can find it. There it is. TVR Speed 12. This one's in chameleon blue. I can afford it. Let's go. That was 800,000 credits. It's actually relatively cheap for a supercar. So let's hop in and see what we got to work with. We go straight to tuning. Can only buy this 5,000 credit upgrade, which brings it to 1,000 horsepower. That's awesome. And I think that's the only thing you could do, but let me check if we have the transmission. Don't. Yeah, 3 qualifying's going on. I got qualifying on my other side. I don't think we need the limited slip differential. And then I don't think you can turbo this. You can't. We're gonna buy the super slicks because, you know, who cares about tires? You want durability. And we could actually put the lightweight on here. I don't think you could take these off. I'm going to machine test, and let's see what we get a top speed out of this. So it actually looks like the lower final gear helps in addition to this one. So I'm going to drop it to 3155 just to give me a little bit more of a boost. I think we'll roll with that. We'll get a top speed upgrade. Get a car wash too. I just lost HDMI for a second, which is great. I'm having all sorts of tech issues today. Alright, so after some setups, we got our next event, which is the Like the Wind. Thankfully, it's only a 1 race event. Only pays out 10,000 credits, which is annoying, but there you go. And it's a test course race, and are you thinking, is this just a 20-lap race on test course? And you're exactly right. So there you go. I want 2 specific AI cars because that will make this race interesting, and I didn't get both of them. I got one of them. So I will reset this race until I get the AI I want. Yeah, they were stingy back then. Alright. So I was looking for the GT1 race car and the Viper GTS. And we got another Speed 12, but you know what? Cool. The other cars we don't really care about. You could get like the 787B and stuff like that. Alright, so now we have 1070 horsepower. So I'm going to bump back on the Super Slicks. That will probably hurt the turning capacity. Let's keep traction control on. Normally I do this whole thing without driving aids, but I'm going to keep traction control on just for this series. And let me see if I can find it. It's been a while since we had to use our old friend. Turns out I didn't have to go very far because it's right here. Alright. Let's grab it. Set our settings to right stick acceleration. And you know the drill. Let me get my preview back on. So if you don't know what this trick is, take a rubber band, you set the right stick on the PS2 controller, and you just loop that forward, and boom, you got infinite acceleration. You don't have to kill your thumbs. Isn't that great? Alright. Let's go. No need to qualify. The race against top speed, 20 laps. Whew, big AI. The Zonda did not pick the right tune. There is a bug with this where each car has the stock transmission for some reason. They put 1,000 horsepower in all these cars, stock transmissions. That means the Zonda C12S that was in the back is still capping out at 150 miles an hour despite having 1,000 horsepower. And the only cars that could compete with it with its stock transmission is this Toyota GT1 up here, and the Viper GTS for some reason has a really long gear ratio. I think Polyphony might have actually tuned the Viper properly. Oh man, look at that. Look at where we're pulling with the slipstream. Oh my god, we almost pulled 270 right there. We just flew past. Awesome. But yeah, if you can see on the map, that C12S is in pure pain. And sooner or later, that Viper GTS that I passed at the start is going to catch up to the GT1. And they'll have a race. L plus gear ratio plus cope plus past real. Do that rubber band trick and talk about F1. Well, that's why I got F1 qualifying on my side here, because I'm going to try and watch that at the same time. Fortunately, I don't think I can play music, but we can just have a casual conversation, like we usually do with test course. Since we're going pretty fast, this should go not too long. It should be about 30 minutes or so. 30, 35 minutes. We'll see. But yeah, we're just cruising. This was the right sim. Level 45 with the mid final gear. Our front tires are absolutely fuming right now, and our rear tires are just chilling. We might actually lap the Zonda on the next lap. I'm not even joking. So let's see. How's Q3 going right now? Hamilton has a perfect purple sector, but actually nobody else has gone through yet. So we'll see how that goes. Sainz is only green though. Can't beat Hamilton. Oh man, are we going to see a Mercedes pole position today? You know, like look at those tires. We might have to make a pit stop, but thankfully our top speed could offset any pit stops compared to the GT1 and Viper. And I believe the GT1 and Viper will also probably stop in this race. Yeah, Bono the tires. Is IndyCar hitting their highest speeds ever? That's great to hear because I'm going to the Indy 500 next weekend, so I will be able to witness that on race day, which is cool. So let's see. 1 minute 34, yeah. So Hamilton's about to cross the line. Let's see what that Mercedes is capable of on quali trim. It is a 119.6, which I think that was pretty good in practice, but I feel like the Ferraris are going to beat that. We'll see. Sainz is coming around. I got to do this turn, so I can't fully look. He got a 119.4, I believe. Yes, he did. So that beats Mercedes. And it looks like Leclerc abandoned his lap. Are we going to see a Sainz pole position today? Ooh. Russell goes P2, only 2/10 off. Max is still doing his lap. Yeah, Jimmy Johnson. It's going fast. Oh man, we just narrowly missed that Zonda. I said I'd lap him on the next lap, and look at that. We did. This paint job is pretty nice. We got green on one side and then blue on the other, just depending on which way you turn. Yeah, that Zonda is capable of much more, but, you know, there's no updates in this game. So that's one of the bugs or oversights. I don't know if you want to call it that, but yeah, that Zonda is not having a good time. And look at that, the Viper is caught up to the GT1 and actually passed him. He's in second place right now. The red and white Viper. I didn't even see him at the start. So Verstappen went fastest with the 1:19.0, and that seems like that'll be pretty hard to beat. Red Bull looked like they had the best race pace in practice, so that's a bit scary. I forget if I put Sainz on pole position or whatever. But it looks promising. Bottas is only 7/10 off Verstappen. He's not even that far behind. He could have a surprise quali. What a season Bottas is having, though. Look at that blue. As it fades to green. I know I mentioned that last lap, but you just gotta point that out. We are slowly pulling away from the Viper, about 2 seconds a lap. The Viper is fast. He can do like 270 with a slipstream. But I think I should have the pace to outrun him. Yeah, Leclerc's P10 at the moment because he didn't set a time, but he's going to fly. Don't count him out for pole position. He seems to be a qualifying god this year. In fact, yeah, I think he's qualified every session in the top 2. There you go. In terms of the race, it's going to be like a cat and mouse game with the tires. That's going to be a strategy race. I think we're going to catch up to the Zonda again. We're about to fly past somebody. It is the Zonda. Yow, not even a... It's like a half a second that he's in your sights, and then he's already gone. So the Viper pitted and the GT1 stays out. Viper only pitting on lap 5, so he's going to make 3 stops. GT1's going to make less than that. Maybe, actually. If he pits on lap 6, then that would also be a 3-stop strategy. But since the Viper has worse acceleration, he shouldn't be taking that many pit stops. The Zonda, so it has 1,000 horsepower equipped in it, but Polyphony forgot to tune the gearbox on the Zonda. So the Zonda is sitting with the stock transmission, but with 1,000 horsepower, and the stock transmission only tops out at about 150 miles an hour. Ouch. If you actually tune the gearbox, you can get it above 250 miles an hour. And that was the intention with this race, was the AI was all supposed to go above 250. Every single car in the AI is maxed out in terms of horsepower and has the capability to go super, super fast, but they didn't bother to tune the transmissions, except for, I think, the Viper's the only one that had to tune the transmission. Maybe. I can't even confirm that. So looks like everyone's going again. A minute left in qualifying, and Leclerc's on a lap. He's probably going to go for... This is his lap, you know, it's a banker, right? Can't really do a double lap with how cheesy the tires are. Hey Fenzi, how you doing? It's been a long time to see. Got an exciting weekend. I'm going to a concert tonight. So let's see, Leclerc is green for a sector. I mean, Asphalt 8 also has like 300 or 400 cars in its list, and it's also quite impressive. I'd say Real Racing 3 has just as many like duplicate and repetitive cars as Asphalt 8. That is kind of just a biased comment, to be honest. But Asphalt 9, it's carless. The game's still too young. I believe the game only has like what, 140, 150 cars maybe. I don't know the full count off the top of my head. But yeah. Finally lapping something that's not the Zonda. I believe this is the Skyline. Let's pull a slipstream though. Oh yeah, here we go. 265, 266. 266, that was the best I could do. But that would be my fastest lap, I bet. And I'll probably catch another driver. The other speed 12 maybe. Max has got no power. Russell goes purple though. And Leclerc was P1. I didn't even miss that. I told you Leclerc would come in clutch. Let's see. Russell's on a lap though. He got a purple sector 1 and a green sector 2. Let's see what he does. You know what? This might be spicy. George Russell going around the last chicane, last corner. Let's see what it is. Only P4. But still, good job, George. Good job. He threw off Checo. I don't think Sainz improved on his lap. I don't know what happened there, but Ferrari's on pole. Hey, there's the Zonda again. Oh, we bumped and that's gonna ruin our lap time. I was getting a slipstream, but oh well. We'll still probably set the fastest lap. So if we lapped the Zonda again. School has been eating you up. I mean, you should be done pretty soon, right? It's getting close to summertime. 133.8, so could have had more in there. Oh well. Yeah, I think everyone's done with their laps. So Verstappen had no power. I mean, Asphalt 8 does a really good job at highlighting, you know, independent brands and manufacturers that not many people hear. Think of like Savage Royale. Has anyone ever heard of that? I think the only other game that had a Savage Royale car was Drive Club. It had a road yacht. But the Savage Royale GTR, I think, was never in any other game. Ever. So I think they did a good job in that. You're just learning about Hungary 2021. Yeah, F1 has a ton of crazy races. Crazy races. But Hungary 2021 is it's a story about luck, heartbreak, and defending like a lion. That's what Alonso did. You're from South Africa. Well, does that mean your school goes longer? I feel like still like kids would get summer at least. I mean, you can't count on a mobile game to not add yet another currency. They could. Verstappen just pulled up. Leclerc's already got his helmet off, though. So the Viper's back in the lead, by the way, but a minute down. Other speed 12 pits in. Our rear left tire is the only one that's pretty happy right now. We could probably take this all 20 laps, but I have enough space to make a pit stop. And maybe if I want to get some slipstream, I should make a pit stop. See how Leclerc is on pole. Again. That Ferrari car is really good in quality trim. But it's another Leclerc Verstappen P1 and P2. We are waiting for them to have a clash. They have not done anything sussy. And yeah, Russell got P4. He had a purple sector 1. I don't know if he could have gotten pole position, but he did a great job. Great job. Alright. I'm going to box on the next lap. I noticed my lap times are slowly falling, which, you know, big deal. And maybe the oil benefit's worn off a bit, but who cares? Let's pit on the next lap. We're going to pass, I think, the Zonda again. Yep, I could already tell. But yeah, Mercedes is slowly making progress on their car. I don't think they're going to win the title this year, because it's taking kind of long. You need to have some horrendous luck happen to Red Bull and Ferrari. It's certainly possible. But, like, Mercedes needs to be, like, winning. And especially if they want to make a title push, they got to have, like, the dominant car in the second half. Which I don't think Red Bull and Ferrari, especially Red Bull, are going to go down so easily. Because they're going to upgrade too. But I think Mercedes will definitely get back in the conversation of, you know, fast car. Alright, so Viper pits. I will pit too. Mercedes in a bad state, yet they still have the comfortable third best car. It's crazy when that's seen as a bad season. Those brakes. That was a fast stop. I was worried he was going to overshoot the pits. But he made it. And we only lost like 20 seconds. Imagine the G-forces on the brakes for that. Did I have Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2? Yes, I got both. When I was a kid, I only had the first Underground. I didn't get Underground 2 until like 10 years ago. It's pretty late. But yeah, I've played both. What happened to Lewis Hamilton? Well, without triggering fans or something, you know, he had the dominant car. He had some excellent seasons, but this year he's got his new flashy young teammate, George Russell. George Russell, I feel like everybody was sleeping on him despite him winning F2 against Lando and Alex Albon. And then, you know, dragging that Williams to points and doing great performances last year. George Russell is a real talent. But yes, Mercedes have made a, you know, not title capable car. And Russell, the theory is that Russell drove the Williams for 3 years, so he's used to having to fight through the midfield in bad cars, and that's helping him better with the Mercedes. But it's also, you know, Hamilton's like, what, 37 or something like that? You know, time is constantly marching on. Of course, you know, drivers could still excel at, you know, 40 plus. Like, look at Alonso. He's still doing mega stuff in his 40s. Michael Schumacher raced until I think he was 44 or 45 even, so. You know, everything could happen. But yeah, sometimes drivers just don't have a good few races. Only like 5 races into the season. Yeah, I did peek at, there's another Asphalt Lambo update, which is like, isn't that like the 3rd Lambo update we've had or something like that? I mean, whatever. It's got a cool roster of cars, but I'm not going to come back to the game because of that. I think the Diablo, the Countach, and the Cesta Elemento are all nice cars, but not worth it for me. The tires think that much to the difference in lap time? We'll find out. Thoughts on the new Nissan Z? I don't really care for it, to be honest. I mean, it looks like the old Datsun. Bye-bye, Honda, again. But you know, it just takes a while to get used to that car. It might draw on me. I don't know, it looks really similar to like the Toyota 86 Subaru BRZ, you know, that tiny car. Which I guess, yeah, you know, kind of compact sports car, but it had its own identity. You look at the other old Zs, it was totally different to what they got now. Why Legend Pass card? Because that will get people to buy it. Yeah, the back looks like the old Datsuns. I guess the Datsun was a smaller car. I don't know though. Some people prefer the more rounded, like, 370Z. That's what I kind of grew up with, you know? That was like the car for like the last 20 years. Yes, it's a pseudo Legend car. The GR Corolla, I am not a hot hatchback person. Hot hatchback. That's a tongue twister. So I don't really care for the GR Corolla, to be honest. It looks like, you know, pretty much like the GR Yaris. I get the vibe it's trying to go for. It's trying to be like the Hyundai Veloster competitor. Personally, not my thing. If I was to get a hot hatch, I'd probably get a GTI or something like that. Yeah. I'm not super hyped about the Z. There's a lot of new cars that honestly don't excite me. I don't know if that's just me being a boomer about it, but it is what it is. Is that Toyota GT1, is that going to pit? I don't think it pitted. So we'll not do a 3-stop. And the question is, can the Viper catch up in time? Or did he 3-stop? I know some people, I have some friends who do like the GR Corolla a lot. Not my thing though. Alright, we got 5 laps to go. That's like what? Another 8 minutes? Slipstream. Not the best place to have the slipstream, but it's something. Oh, are we passing the Zonda? Let's try not to ram into the back of it. Don't even have a chance to pick up a slipstream. So the GT1 pitted. I believe the Viper's going to pit again. It will offset that difference. Unless the Viper could pull out mega top speed. But yeah, there goes the Viper in the pits, I see that. For his third stop. That means I lapped the Viper. Are we gonna lap the GT1? Yes, we are. Look at that. Oh, and this is a big speed compared to the last lap. I think this will be my new fastest lap. Because we are still carrying the slipstream into this corner. That's going to be some big gains. Wow, we just blasted past that GT1. Yeah, the Dubroads will definitely take care of their GR Corollas in a not good way. Saul Goodman, just cuz. I haven't even watched that show. Just, you know, guitar riff. Close up into his eyes. Saul has a son named Rashad. I haven't watched the show, so I don't know. I don't know if that's a meme. 133.2, yeah, that's a new fastest lap by a long shot. It's me. Morbius. Was the last new car that was interesting to me? I gotta think. In terms of like everything, I really liked that Ferrari Daytona SP3. I know that's like a one-off, you know, it's just a special car. It won't be sold or anything, but I thought that car was absolutely gorgeous. And that wasn't too long ago. Yeah, I'm rooting for Montoya. I hope he does well. People I'd be happy to see win would be like Montoya, Grosjean, Callum Ilott, Colton Herta, super popular, but honestly, I like the guy. I think Castronoves is back too. And then Marcus Ericsson, still there. The BMW M3 GTR. Yeah, if you ever played Gran Turismo 4, that race car is in the game. Which, yeah, shocker, right? The car that was in Most Wanted was based off a car that already existed at the time. Yours in the Philippines. Cool. Well, happy early birthday to you. Alright, one more lap. don't think we're going to lap anybody in this lap. I don't know how many times. Someone could try to count how many times we lapped the Zonda, but it's got to be like 6 or 7 times, right? I mean, I just told you F8. I thought the Ferrari Daytona SP3, that was like the last car that was interesting to me. I am using the rubber band trick, yep. Right hand's free today. Don't clip that. But yeah. It's actually not the last time we'll be using the rubber band trick, but you know, a good use for it. Lamborghini's going to Le Mans. Yep, that announcement was earlier this week. They're going to do their hypercar thingamajig. We've done almost 130 miles on this race, and 150 miles if you include the testing. 238 miles an hour. That's pretty good. I thought Jimmy Johnson was doing 233. So we'll see where that goes. I'm not an expert on Indy qualifying or if people sandbag or whatever. So there you go. There's the results. We have one person coming up. I think that's the GT1 who's about to cross the line. So let's see how many laps behind that was. That would be 1 lap. Yeah, it's GT1. Far away from that Viper, I'm assuming is in the other spot. I don't think I'm going to wait for the Zonda. So, whatever. 10,000 credits. GT7, be like. Alright, let's get our replay shot. Nice color. I've always wanted a Viper. I still do. That's your results. Oh, the Skyline did beat the Speed 12. I thought, okay. Well, there you go. Anyway, 32 minutes. Dead on even, so. There we go. Well, it's time for another prize car. 10,000 credits, what's going to be the prize car? Not 10,000 credits again. It's a 787B. I love to see it. You love to see it, man. That is freaking gorgeous. I already have one of them, but, you know, I just love seeing the 787B again. Beautiful. 10 out of 10. But yeah. 299 days. Let's give it a car wash and an oil change. Good job, Speed 12. Thank you for your service. Drink up dead oil. Oops, I don't want to go back racing. We are done with the Speed 12. Yeah, there you go. Here's our 787B. Bone stock. We'll leave it like that. I won't sell it or anything. And then here's our Speed 12. 1,070 horsepower. This thing is absolutely crazy. V12. There you go. We are 97.9%. It doesn't seem like we have that much to go, but I kid you not, we got one event left, and then that's all. That's all for this game. One more segment. So yeah, that's the end of this segment.